Good afternoon and happy Tuesday. Today we are doing a tutorial on using the printables on fabric. I have been so excited to try this ever since I saw, I believe it was Lisa Bates. She is the one that I saw her do it and I was like, wait, because I recognized the pattern and that it was on fabric and I was like, how did you do that? She's like, oh yeah, it's so easy. So I actually checked out a few tutorials yesterday. I did some testing and I figured out the easiest way. I feel the easiest way to do it. If I cannot mess it up, then anyone can do it. So I will be using this month's printables, and I did want to go through the printables club just really quick. So if you're new or you're not sure what it is that I'm working with, you can kind of see what the printables club is and what designs you get in there. So the printables club comes with 7 different sheets, and we have a new theme each month. So this month's theme is Gather Together. And with the printables club, you get the first 2 sheets, just so you know, because again, we'll be using the last sheet. And I think that's the one everyone is like, I'm not sure what to do with that sheet. But I'll just go through really quickly because I just want to show you what you can make with it. So the first 2 sheets are the pop and swap sized ones and the coaster one. So these fit our pop and swap tiles exactly. And if you're new, this is a pop and swap frame. So you can see we did that first page I showed you on the tile. You can do another one on the back, and they just, my bow's in the way here, but they just pop in and pop out. And so they're sized for these. So we've showed you how to make frames with them. I'm just going to move this stuff over as I go through it. So the first 2 sheets are the pop and swap and the coasters. So there'll be a square coaster and a round coaster. So we've showed you, here's a coaster that we made with another design. This is just our ceramic coaster. So they're sized for that. You've got borders and edging here on both of those. Then this next one is just clip art graphics that we've used on sticker paper before. Then you'll also get the gift tag one. Here's a little gift tag that we made with one of the gift tag ones. This is on wood, but you can print our printables on cardstock and just do them on cardstock as well. And then we have the bookmark sheet. So this is bookmark that we've done with one of the bookmark sheets. We have tutorials on all these. This one was printed on tissue, which I have explained how to do that. This is how we print on tissue. Going to be very similar to how we're doing the printing on fabric today, but that's if you want to use your printables and get a really thin paper like a napkin. Hey Susan, hey Pam. Pam's loving the Cardinals. Hey, Tanya, Michelle, I see you popping on. Miss Lisa Bates. Lisa, I'm pretty sure you're the one that gave me this idea. So if not, I'm crediting it to you. Also, you have a sheet that has the stickers on there. So these are like jam jar stickers. This is what we're going to be using this sheet today as well. And then this is the sheet that I'm going to show you how to print on fabric, a full pattern sheet. So you get all of those every month, all of those sizes. And then the design changes each month based on the theme. So I'm going to put those aside because we're not using any of those today. What you'll need, so these are 10 by 10 fabric squares. We've included these in the kits before. So if you did not use it, you already have this. So that's what I'm going to be using today. You're going to need a piece of cardstock. And then what I ended up using to get it to go through the printer is the vinyl sticky paper. This vinyl sticky paper is linked in my Amazon favorite things. And so I have used it 2 ways today. I have printed the labels on it. So this is already printed. And then it's what I'm going to use to print onto the fabric. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we are going to want to iron our fabric. So you don't want to be having your fabric all willy-nilly. We need to get it as flat as possible. So I just have a piece of cardstock on here. And so I am going to, and I am going to have to grab one more thing that I forgot. But I'm just going to iron this right here on, the Surface Saver mat is heat proof. So I'm just putting a piece of paper underneath because I have glue and Mod Podge and all the things on my mat. And I don't want that to end up on my fabric. So we're just going to press the fabric flat. And then I am going to grab my lint roller. My iron just came unplugged, but that's okay because I think we're about done there. Let me just grab my lint roller from around the little corner here. Okay, don't laugh. This is my lint roller for my couch. So that's why it's gigantic. But it's the one that I have in here. So we're just going to take the lint roller. We just want to get any of the little lint pieces off of it. So it's not, we don't need a whole lot, but we just want to get any of those little tiny fabric pieces off of it before we stick it to the paper. Also, if you do not have the giant lint roller, highly recommend. Hey, Michelle. Okay, so we've got us ironed flat on here. So we're going to take that and we're going to put it to the side. And we're going to next get our sticky sheet. So again, this is just vinyl sticky paper. One side is kind of a flat and one side is like shiny. So what I did is I always just like to double check, but I'm just going to take one of the edges here and make sure. Well, heck, of course it doesn't want to do it now. We just need to get one of the edges peeled. I will tell you, when I wasn't doing a video, this just came right off and it was like no problem. But the pressure of the camera, there we go. All right, so this side right here is the sticky side. I'm just going to bend that back a little bit. And this other is the back. So we can put this out of the way. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to reveal the sticky side. So this piece down here, this whole front is sticky. So I've got it down. We don't need the back. Now we're going to take our piece of fabric, and I've got some strings over here, which is fine, but I'm just going to, I don't want them sticking on my paper. Ooh, I can already see that I just dropped something on there. Hold tight. Okay, note to self, don't wiggle your tissue paper or wiggle your napkin over your, or wiggle your paper over here. So what happened is I dropped like the tiniest little bit of fluff. So I'm going to get that out. You know what? I've dropped two things on here. All right. I promise you, when I did this before, it was not this much of a hassle. But you know what I did first? I did this. So clean your workspace first. Oh my gosh, you guys, I swear. All right, it's fine. We grab another piece. I think that piece was jinxed anyway. It was giving me too much trouble. All right, get our sticky paper again. You just don't want anything in between the fabric and the sticky paper, because as your printer goes through, as it goes through your printer, it's going to give you, it's going to print wonky, and we don't want that. All right, trying again. I think my fan blowing around is not helping us either. All right, sticky paper down. I promise I'm making this look way harder than it is. All right, then we're gonna lay our paper over it. So I kind of just catch the edge and drape it, and then we're just gonna press it out because we want it nice and flat. Now you can tell we've gone over the edge on here and we've gone over the edge up here. So the next thing that we're gonna do, and again, this is sticky side up, we've stuck our fabric to this sticky paper. Now we're just gonna cut the edges. So we're just gonna cut right along the edge of the fabric. And we just want a nice, as nice as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, so don't panic if you're like, oh, I'm not getting it straight, because we're actually gonna stick it to the cardboard. All right, so we are going to just cut this because we don't want this sticky going through our printer. And then we're gonna cut off the excess on each side where it went over the sticky paper. So again, just kind of get it as close as you can to the edge of the sticky paper. Now, if you have that spray glue stuff, that could work as well. I didn't have it. Let me go down here. Hey, Miss Peggy. Thank you so much, Pam. I knew that was you. When I saw sprinkled, I knew it was you. Lisa says yes, that is her. Cindy says she's always wondered if she could print it on cloth. Okay, I have one printed already. It looks amazing. I was so excited. It came out way better than I thought. I actually surprised myself. And it was super easy with this vinyl paper. And if you already have the vinyl paper because you're doing stickers and labels with it, I had it and I didn't have to order anything. And I was like, let's give it a go. All right, so we're just going to do all 4 sides. Just get all of the fabric off. And then in theory, it said that you could just send it through the printer like this. I know my printer and she's a little sassy. So I was like, I don't think this is thick enough. So then what I did is I take my cardstock. Now this one I ironed on. If I was putting this through my printer right now, I would get a new piece that wasn't lifted up like this. But what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to the cardboard. And I just used my double-sided tape. So if you've gotten one of our card maker kits, this is in here. And so all I did is I just run one across the bottom. And I'm going to catch it there. And then I'm just going to run it up I'm not going to catch. Make sure your fabric is side up. Let's start with that. Fabric side up, folks. Fabric side up. I tell you, I have had 2 coffees today. I don't understand what the issue is right now. So I'm just going to run it up the sides, each side. And then this is just so it doesn't move around. And then make sure you do the top as well. So, all right, that's it. And then I'm going to stick it through my printer. So my printer, you've got to figure out how your printer works. But my printer, you put whatever you want to print face down, and then it comes out face up. So run a test sheet if you're not sure. But again, we're just making sure everything's flat on here, good to go. So I sent that through my printer yesterday, and this is what I got. I don't know if you can see like how amazing this looks. It looks so great. And then all we need to do is we just catch the corner here. I already started peeling it yesterday. I think I did from the other corner. But we just catch the corner and then we're just peeling it off of our sticky paper. I didn't do this part yet because I wanted to show you. So you just peel it off and then you can see it overprinted on the cardstock, which is fine. But you just peel it off here. And now you have, sorry, my dogs are excited too. Now you have fabric that is printed with your printables. You guys, all the months that you have the repeatable pattern. Oh, there's so many things. So we are going to make the jam jars today. And then this you would just throw away. Like how easy is that? So fun. So I'm going to be showing you how to make, we're going to make another one of the jam jars today with the printable fabric. And these are, I get these at Aldi's. I want to say it's $2.58 for it's the premium fruit spread. And all I did was I took the jar last night and I just soaked it in like water and like 1 pump of Dawn dish soap. I let it sit for like a couple hours. And then I just came with my fingernail and just like peeled the label off. So the jam jar is ready to go. It's all cleaned and everything. Our fabric is ready to go. You guys, how pretty is this? Mind blown. Mind blown. Can you reuse the sticky paper? Pam, you probably could. I just threw mine in the trash, but you probably could until the sticky doesn't work anymore. As long as you peeled it off nicely, I think you could because it's pretty, like it's still pretty sticky. Like it's not fly paper sticky, but it's still, I think you could reuse it. Just make sure you might have some of these little threads and stuff, so you'd have to watch that part, but try it for sure. Okay, what else did I grab? All right, I have some raffia here. I have one of the little picks that was in this month's kit. This one had the pine cone fall off, so I'm going to glue it back on. I've got a little bow. I've got some jute, my fabric. I've got a rubber band because I'm gonna do it the cheat way. And then I've also got my labels. So my labels I also printed on the sticky paper. And so this is just printed directly on the sticky paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out my label. I'm going to be using this one right here. So I'm just going to cut that out first. We're going to be putting some transfers on it because, again, we can mixed media this, you guys. We don't have to just use everything as it is. You can stamp on these. You know, I'm not the best with stamps. They always smear on me, and I don't have a good like steady hand for them. So I decided today I'm going to use the rub-on transfers. So I'm just going to cut this one out. And then I have got transfers. I grabbed the vintage postcard maker transfers. I'm going to use a verse from that. And then I also have, this is the Sacred Season Ornament Makers that has all the extra little embellishments. I'm going to grab one of these little bells from that. So let me just show you how easy this is. So we're going to need our precision transfer tool. Peggy says, oh my gosh, I'm having trouble finding Christmas fabric. I like to decoupage plates. Yes, Peggy, you can use all of the patterns in your memberships to print on the fabric. And it literally just came out just like that. It was so pretty. I was stunned. This one has, this particular print does have like an off-white. So you can see the back, like this is white and this is like a, so it does have like a beige. But yeah, mind blown. Like I said, I saw Lisa do that and I was like, what? It's been on my list to try, and we just had other tutorials lined up in the calendar, so I didn't have a chance to do it. I'm going to put a bell in the corner, so I'm going to put this one a little bit to the left. So we're just going to put our transfer on there, rub it on there. And then we'll catch the edge. And this one's coming right off. And this is a vinyl. It's a vinyl, that vinyl sticky paper. So the transfers work really well on it. And then, here, let me get this out of the way because we don't need that anymore. All right, we're going to, I thought this cute little bell right here would be super fun. So I'm just going to grab that out. You just rough cut your transfer out. I was kind of chit-chatting. I didn't explain how to do it. Put those out of the way. I got my phone falling. And then we're just going to peel the protective backing. Just make sure you don't touch anywhere where the design is, because that will want to stick to your finger. And I'm just going to put this little bell right here in the right-hand corner. And so that's one way you can jazz up these labels if you don't want to handwrite something, or if you're good with stamps. I mean, stamps are so cute, but I'm just not. All right. So our label now is ready to go on our jar. So we'll do the label first. Now these jars do have a seam on either side here. So I'm going to try and make that on the side. And then I feel like we have used something before to keep it from rolling. Kind of helps if you can grab something to keep it from, well, don't put it on your label because we're going to need that to keep it from rolling. And then kind of figure out where you want the label. I'm going to try and get it, the jar has like two little edges. I'm going to try and get it right in between there. But for these, we're just going to peel it off just like we did our fabric. And then here's our label all ready to go. I just think these are the funnest, especially for like hostess gifts or like your Bible study girlfriend gifts. There you go. Your label's on it. All ready to go. Like, how cute is that? Adorable. Hi, Sandy. Tanya says any type of material. Which part, sweetie? The transfers, or I'm going to glue my pine cone back on here real quick. I just want to make sure I'm answering the right question. This little pine cone fell off here, so we're gonna glue him back on there. Okay, with our fabric, I think it's a little big for, typically when I do the jar lids, I do a 5x5. Now you will notice like it didn't print all the way to the edge because of the way that we put it through the printer. And so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to tear it so I can get some like fuzzy edges, some, what do you call it? Scrappy edges. So I'm going to do a little bit more than 5 inches. I'll just do a little cut and then I'm going to rip it. Just like you would your messy bow. All right. We're going to have strings here. That's fine. And I think I'm going to leave that. How many inches do we have? Oh yeah, we have 5. Okay. And then I'm going to go the other direction. This direction, I might not be able to tear. We'll see. I would give yourself a little more than you need. Oh, nope. Let me tear. All right. We're good. The rub-ons. The rub-ons you can use on pretty much any clean, dry surface. So metal, wood, plastic, glass. You can actually do them on fabric too, but it takes a little bit of elbow grease. Sometimes you need to use some Mod Podge. While I'm explaining this, I'm just going to kind of pinch at these strings, and I just want to see if I can get any of this a little bit more frayed. So if you have a side that's not as frayed as you like, just kind of work at it. I'm just going to pull some of these just to get it a little more scrappy. And then same with this last side here. Now this side does have a little bit of white on it if you see it up close, but I'm going to pinch it back a little bit so the white part's going to be frayed, so you're not going to see it. That's why I didn't cut it. The only things I've had issues with putting the rub-on transfers are anything that has like a wax on it. It does not like that at all. And if it has a texture like glitter, or even like some of the bigger canvases or thicker canvas weaves make it difficult. Okay, so now we have our 5x5. So this is approximately a 5x5. And I like to use these rubber bands to like hold it on there. It just makes it easier for me. And then you can kind of see like, okay, I need to probably pull it a little more this way so that my label is not covered. And it will hold it for you and you can mess with it. Because I think last time I did one of these, like my cute little label was like covered and I was like, oh, that's no good. So kind of get it how you want it. I think we look good here. Already so cute. All right, and then from here, we are going to, I like to wrap some jute around it. I'm probably going to end up putting the bow off to one side. Here, let me get this way so you can see. Probably going to end up putting the bow and everything kind of off to like one side. So we'll want to keep that in mind as we are moving everything around. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. All right, so I'm going to get my jute and I'm going to do the jute first. Now we could either, it might be easiest to tie this in here because obviously someone's probably going to want to use this. So let's just get, this is my thicker jute. So to start, I'm just going to do one loop. Basically this jute is going to hide our rubber band. That's kind of like the only purpose of this one here. And then I'm going to do another little loop, but I'm not going to pull it all the way tight because I'm going to go ahead and stick my pick in there. And then I can yank it. And then I'll do one more knot on it. And we're going to cover this up, so don't worry. You're not going to see it. All right, so we have our pick on there. And then we have our jute wrapped around. So kind of here's what we're working with right now. All right, I'm gonna leave these strings for now. I am gonna take my thinner jute and I think we're gonna do a little bit of a bow. So kind of like we did on this one, we have some jute and then we stacked some raffia and then we did a little colored bow on top. So I've got my jute here, I've got my raffia, and then I've got my little colored bow. So for this one, I'm just gonna wrap it around my fingers, kind of about as big as you want the bow to be. And this is just as thick as you want to. So if you want like a lot, and I almost feel like, I hadn't planned on doing this, but I almost feel like we should take some of these scraps too. Let's do it. All right, which way do I want to go? I'm trying to figure out how long I want them. All right, I'm just gonna do some snips and I'm gonna cut some of these. I'm gonna cut a couple of these to add to our bow. Let's do 4. So again, I'm just making little snips. I have either got sticky paper or Mod Podge on my thumb and it's sticking to stuff. I don't know what is going on. All right. Now we've got some little scraps too, because why not? I feel like we have a big pick here, so we can make this bow a little bit hardier. All right, so we're gonna put those in the back. So you wanna put your pattern up. This one ended up having the verse on it and let us consider one another. So I'm gonna put that one on the top where people can see it. So we're just gonna make an X. All right, then we're gonna put our string, and I feel like that's a good sizing. I forgot to do my, you wanna get your piece underneath. I always forget, when I'm not using the bow maker, I feel like I forget to put our string underneath it. You're gonna want whatever you're gonna tie it with underneath your little X so that once it's ready, you can grab it. All right, and then we're just gonna do some raffia. All right, who's already knows they're gonna try this? Oh, I just tied a knot in my raffia. No bueno. Like I said, if you have the spray glue, I think you could probably spray glue it right to the paper. I just don't have that stuff, and I was trying to use what I already had, because you know we all probably have way too many crafting supplies, right? So it's like, let's use what we have. All right, I'm not using my bow maker today, so I'm just gonna do it by hand here. All right, we're gonna flip it this way. Don't worry about it. We're gonna mess it up, fuss it up here just a minute. Flip it over, give ourselves a double knot. All right, then we can cut these little strings because we don't need those. All right, and from here, we can start messing this up a little bit because we want it a little messy. All right, now we can go and we're gonna be able to glue this right underneath here. That's also going to, for the most part, hide our little stem. This one does have a little tail and it was kind of poking up, so I am gonna just bend that down so it doesn't, I don't need to be scratching my neighbors, you know. All right, and since we're not gonna be using these, I don't want these in my bow, I'm just gonna go ahead and clip them because I've got other things going on with that, so I don't need those. All right, so we can go ahead and I'm gonna glue this bow right on the top here, and then we can attach it to our jam jar. And literally that's how easy this is. All right, so here's our little bow. And we're going to attach it right on here. Ooh. My glue gun's trying to make an escape. All right, so I'm going to get it up there high and push it in there. And then if you want to cut any of the little scrappies around it, you can. Take your little scissors, and if there's any little strings or anything that you want to cut, you can. But here is the finished little gift. So again, I did a scrappy bow. If you're not feeling that, or you could use ribbons too. So make it your own. But this takes just an inexpensive jam jar and makes it a meaningful and thoughtful gift that is just adorable. Like, I don't even know if I would use this jam if someone gave it to me. I would probably just display it. And then for those of you that are members, we did our mini spoons for the bonus craft night. And so I think, like, how cute this is just one of them that we finished. So this is a transfer from that same set from the Ornament Maker transfer. And that's just a verse that we did that I put on the back with the rusty bow. Like, you could give both of these as a gift. Put it back here so you can see it. And how cute would that be? I know I have one of our neighbor always gives us like a pot holder and some serving spoons, like the silicone serving spoons. And I think this would just be such a cute gift to give in return. Lisa says she has some spray adhesive left from her embroidery business. She's going to be printing on fabric again. I love it. She's super cute. Cindy says, love how these look. And for those that have given them away, do the people think the jam is homemade? Probably not, because the pop seal, but you could always put another little sticker or a little note. Like, this one doesn't have it, but we have these little tags on them. So you could put on the back that it wasn't, or if you wanted to. Most of my neighbors know us pretty good, so they would know that I didn't make that, because they're always bringing me make stuff that they made. Also, you can get these little gift tags as well that you could put on there and note on it. So feel free to add your own tags. Also, from the Printables Club, the gift tag sheet, you could work that in there as well. So when I do the gift tags, I print them on cardstock so that they're a little bit more, I was going to say stubborn. That's not the word, sturdy. But you could use the gift tag printables, print these on cardstock, and then you could attach those as well. So literally everything's here that you need to make the gifts. You just need to get the stuff to print it on either the papers or the fabric or whatever, and then you can just whip these out really inexpensively. In an inexpensive way. I'm tripping over my words today. Tanya says, very cute. We'll do with our women's Bible study group in between studies. Oh yeah, that'd be so fun. Like, you saw, this was super fast. I mean, I think I made these last night in like 10 minutes or so. It took a little bit longer when you're explaining it, but literally it took longer to print, set up the printer and the paper and print it than it did to make the actual craft. Cindy says she's loving the printables. So yeah, so here's just, again, another idea to use your Printables Club. These designs will only be available through Friday. So if you join the membership before Friday, you'll get this set. If you join after Friday, because Saturday is the day that we will flip the site to the November, then we'll have a whole new set of designs for you to use. And then those of you that are members, make sure that you are downloading every month when you get your Printables Club. Make sure that you are downloading that and putting it in a file somewhere, so that you can go back and you have all these designs available to you as the seasons come up again, because we obviously have released Christmas and stuff in the past. So, or, you know, we have Easter coming up. I know we're still on Christmas, but you know us, we have to like cut and plan like way in advance. But you'll have multiple patterns for Easter, multiple patterns for Valentine's Day, multiple patterns for Christmas. So it's always good just to save them so you have them available to you, because you can print them as many times as you'd like. Tanya wants to know, does this come with the deluxe? Yes, the deluxe club members get the Printables Club for free. So that comes with you. Otherwise, you can just join the Printables Club by itself. and just get the printables each month, and you will be able to have on-demand gifting like all year long, because you can go get these jams for any time. Again, love them for hostess gifts, love them for neighbor gifts, Bible study gifts. We have a few members that are doing their church volunteers they're making gifts for, and they've used the printables for those for multiple different, whether it's ornaments or jam jars or something like this. Also, we have some ladies that are printing them and doing them with the youth. So they have youth groups that they minister to or that they are leaders of, and they're using the printables to make crafts with them. So yes, you can also resell anything that you make with our papers. So whether you're in the Printables Club or any of the other club, or just buying individual transfers or whatever, you're always welcome to resell anything you make with our papers. You don't need to give any credit or anything. They're there for you to make what you would like. Tony says, woohoo, right? This might be my favorite. Like, Lisa, thank you so much for sharing that. This is one of the reasons I love when you guys take our, let me just remove this camera because it's not doing anything right now. When you guys take our papers and our transfers and our crafts and you make things, you're always challenging me, one, to try new things, because I never would have even thought that you could print on fabric until I saw her do it. And then I was like, okay, we need to figure this out. And then when I learn it, I love sharing with you all, because I'm not some crazy gifted experienced crafter. I've said multiple times on these videos, I'm just someone that loves to craft and I love the word. So I love finding projects like this where I can challenge myself and see if we can figure out how to do it in an easy way. And this was far easier than I thought. I was a little bit nervous until it went through the printer, and then I was like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. Everyone needs to do this. Other things that you could make. We were talking about this last night. Back in the day when I was, gosh, probably like 11 or 12, one of my really good girlfriends, her mom was a very hippie-ish, and she had tons of potpourri, like just bags of potpourri around her house. And there was a Christmas that all her and I did was make little potpourri pillows because she let us use her sewing machine. And so we would make the little pillows and we would put the potpourri in it and then, sew them shut. Again, there's other little projects that you could do with the printed fabric if you know how to sew, and there's even ways to like no sew things using hot glue instead. But you can make little pillows or little stuffed ornaments with these, with the fabric after you print on it. There's so many things that you could do with it. Just beside, I mean, this is simple number one. I'm not really great at sewing. I can sew, but don't look at the back side of it. It looks bad. But there's so many things. If you sew, you could do little pillows, little potpourri things, little gift bags, all kinds of things that you could do with when you print it on fabric. So for those of you that joined late, I will show you. All we did was we took I have one more sheet here. We just took these fabric squares. These were in our kits. You could use any type of fabric. I don't know what this it feels just like a cotton. It's not special. The videos that I watched, she said you could do it with any type of fabric that's not stretchy. So she said you could do it on a silk, you could do it on a blend. She said you can do it on a canvas, but make sure it's not too thick. But this is just like regular cotton. So the first thing that we did is we ironed it, because my sheets came like this. So we ironed the fabric, and then we took this vinyl sticky paper. This is the kind, it's linked in my Amazon favorite things. If you see that post, this is the kind I buy, and it has 20 sheets in it. So you can print directly on this to get the labels. That's how I did the labels, or stickers, because it just turns it into a sticker basically. What we did is we just peeled off the top, and so we just had the sticky side. After we ironed it out, then we just put our fabric on the sticky side, and then we cut it. We cut it to the, so there was no sticky left and no fabric left. Then after that, we took that with the fabric side up, and we just used the double-sided sticky tape to stick the whole thing to a piece of cardstock. So that way our printer had something to grip as it goes through. And then you send it through your printer. And then we just peeled it off. Like that's how it is. Lisa says, oh wait, hold on, let me back up. Oh, Cindy says she loves the ideas and tips, and she loves watching our tutorials. Sandy, you're too sweet. Lisa, welcome. This is her first time joining live. Peggy says favorite tutorial. She has our Aldi's jars. We'll definitely do this project. Yeah, these are the jam jars I get us from Aldi's. I think it's $2.58 per, and it's like premium jam. They also have organic if you want to spend a little bit more. Budget friendly. But the labels fit this size jar is all that I'm saying. But we also have the larger labels on here. The larger labels are for larger jars. So let me show you a larger one we did. This one I should have used a bigger thing of fabric, but this is just an old recycled jar that I did, and we did the same thing with the labels. This was a different month's kit, but we put it on the label paper and then just stuck it on this jar and then did the cute little topper. I feel it probably needs more fabric to make it look. This is a 5x5, so maybe this whole sheet might be a better, maybe not. Maybe a little bit smaller, but I think you need more fabric. But you could bake cookies and fill this with cookies or candies or little treats like peanut M&Ms or whatever. So the other size labels, the bigger ones, they're for these bigger jars. So that's why we gave you two different sizes of the labels. Lisa says she received her first order a few days ago. Everything is beautiful and she'll definitely be joining. Oh, Lisa, we would love to have you. The members are amazing. So with the membership, we get together 2 nights or 2 times a month to do a project. We do the kit together, and then we also do a bonus club project. So these were one of the bonus night club projects that we did. And again, these would just be so cute, like with them, because this is just another little gift. They could use this as an ornament, put a little string on it. They could hang it on their tree, and then they're thinking of you like all year long. And she says shipping was so fast. We do try. I will tell you that outage yesterday, I don't know if you guys had the issue yesterday, if it affected you in any way, but our shipping platform yesterday did not work at all. So we were not able to ship any orders yesterday. We're getting caught up today, but thank you for your patience, because that did hit us as well. It didn't come back on till like 7 o'clock last night. So we're like, oh no. But you all are usually really grateful. But yeah, if you ordered between Friday and today and haven't got a shipping notification yet, that's why we're just able to ship again this morning. So we're getting back on track, but we might be just a little bit delayed of that. But that is it for today. I did want to remind everybody we have workshop week that's going to kick off next Monday. Let me show you the workshop week. For those of you, if you haven't seen it or you're not sure what's going on, we do workshop week. We had one in May. We're going to be doing it 2 times a year. So this one we're doing is the holiday workshop week. So we are going to be making ornaments. So it is completely free to join. And then we do have optional kits available. But this is the printable that you get with the workshop week. We are making layered ornaments. If you want to purchase the things on your own, we give you a full supply list. And then also this will have links to the 2 kits that we have available. But I will show you what we will be making. So workshop week, if you want to get a kit, it comes with the 4-pack of ornaments. It's a 4-pack of ornaments, but this actually makes 7 because there's the 3 in the middle as well. And then you get the transfers we'll be using, and you'll get the napkin that I'll be using. And these are the different ornaments that we are doing. So workshop week is great for beginners. So if you know someone that loves crafting but maybe is a little bit intimidated or doesn't know where to start, the workshop week is great. Because we basically do the same project. We'll be doing an ornament each day, but we'll be doing a different technique each day. So day 1 will be crafting again with printables. So this is the ornament or 2 ornaments we'll be doing on day 1. So all of this is from printables that we just printed on regular printer paper. So we'll be showing how to do those. So that's day 1. Day 2, we are going to be doing rub-on transfers. So for day 2, we'll show this one is rub-on transfer, and I'll be demonstrating the crackle technique using just regular, I say Elmer's glue, but you can use school glue, just like glue basically. So I'll be showing how to do that one. Then day 3 is, I got this one over here. That's not part of it. Day 3 is going to be decoupage using napkins. So we'll be making these 2. So this is one napkin that we've used on both of these. So I'll show you how to do that. And then day 4 is mixed media. And so that means we're using kind of all the techniques together. So this is a printable. We've got a printable back there, and then we've overlaid it with a transfer. And then these aren't just great for ornaments. We have other tutorials where we've showed how to do the garland. And so I think these would be just super cute, like on a garland as well. So I don't want you to just be thinking it's just ornaments. We've done other ones. Like this is one that we did where we've kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit and add some beads. So there's a lot that you can do with the ornaments. Oh, this is the other one we'll do. This is for mixed media day. So this is the printable, and then we've got glitter on it. So I'll be teaching that technique as well. So that's workshop week. It's completely free. You do need to get signed up so that you get the free printables and the supply list and all the things, and you get the link to the group. And then we will, the group is already open, so people are in there. They'll get you in the group, and you can start mingling and meeting some of the ladies. And so basically we'll go live during workshop week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll go live each day at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the group where I'll show step-by-step how to do each of these projects. We do prizes each night. There's prizes for inviting people. There's prizes if you join our membership during workshop week, not required, but it's just a great time to join because you get free stuff. But yeah, it's super fun. And then we take everyone through our crafting method. So this is the method that we use as members to craft together twice a month. And the craft method is C is for choose your verse, R is for read it aloud, A is for assemble, F is for focus and prayer, and T is for think and meditate while you craft. So this is kind of the method that I teach for using crafting as worship. So I walk you through all that each night. We go through the same process. Gail says you can also use butcher paper with the waxy side to print fabric, iron it on the paper, and it sticks and can be used over and over. It's a quilting hack. Ooh, I think I watched that tutorial, Gail. I'm going to have to try. I did not have butcher paper, but I'm going to have to try that one. Maggie says she loves that idea. Lisa's got to bounce. No worries, hon. Okay, so that's it for today. Again, don't forget to join us into workshop week. Workshop week will close on Sunday. Well, we're going to start on Monday. You're welcome to join after. We just don't want you to miss anything. And if you aren't able to make the lives, all of the replays will be available in the group for 30 days. If you are a member or you join the membership, we move those videos into the membership group so you'll have access to them as a member for as long as you're a member. So it's that simple. So again, here is the project that we did today with the vinyl label paper, rub-on transfers. We printed on the fabric. I don't know the colors or I feel like the lights are like washing it out. We printed on the fabric, and then we just added the accents and the bow, and goes great with the spoons that we did in the membership bonus craft night. So super easy, super fun, super affordable. And highly recommend. 5 stars for printing on fabric. So that's it for today, ladies. I will see you inside the workshop week because I'll probably be going live there next. The members, I will see you Saturday for our regular craft night where we'll be doing our gather together signs. I should show you that too, for just in case there's new people. I've got my printables are stuck in there. This is this month's project. So we'll be doing these on Saturday. This is the club project for this month. So again, theme, gather together. You'll see all of the napkins and the transfers and the printables that were released each month are all around the same theme. So we'll be doing these on Saturday in the membership group. And then everyone else, I will see you probably same time next week. Actually, I'll see you on workshop week on Monday. Will be the next one, Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So until then, happy crafting.